The car is parked at the edge of the cliff, engine off, windows cracked. It smells like cigarette smoke, perfume, and something metallic, maybe the battery. The stereo hums softly, some late 80s pop song playing on low, distorted by the cheap speakers. It's cold. Lisa's curled up in the passenger seat, knees pulled to her chest, looking at her phone. Kevin's tapping his fingers on the steering wheel. They haven't spoken in a while. The last thing she said was,
I just don't think it's working anymore.
and after that, silence. Then they hear it. A noise. A slow, scraping sound against the pavement outside, like something heavy being dragged. It doesn't stop,
What the hell is that?
she says. He exhales, rubs his eyes, looks out the window. The noise continues. Closer now.
Stay here.
He says, and gets out of the car. She watches him through the windshield. He walks a few feet toward the noise. The wind moves through the trees. His breath curls in the cold air. He looks down, steps forward, disappears behind the car. The sound stops. Then, nothing. Silence. Minutes pass. She calls his name. No answer. She checks her phone. No signal. A bar flickers in and out at the top of the screen. She turns in her seat, looking for him. But it's too dark. More minutes pass. She swallows, pulls her jacket tight around her shoulders, opens the door, steps out. The wind picks up. She walks around the car, toward the place where he disappeared. Her heart is pounding. She sees something on the ground. A shoe. His shoe. She kneels down, picks it up, turns it over in her hands. It's still warm. Then something moves in the trees. A figure, tall, watching. She squints, stepping backward, her breath hitching in her throat. The figure moves forward, stepping into the light from the car. It's him. But his face is wrong. It looks like him. Same build, same jacket, same way of standing. But his face is off, as if someone tried to copy it from memory and got it slightly incorrect. The eyes don't quite match. The mouth is too wide. The skin seems too smooth, like plastic. He smiles.
Let's go.
He says, stepping forward. His voice is just slightly too flat. She doesn't move. He tilts his head.
What's wrong?
She looks down at the shoe in her hands, back up at him. Something is still moving in the trees. A sound. Wet, struggling. Then she hears it. A whisper. Weak.
Run.
Her boyfriend's voice, from the dark. Behind the figure standing in front of her. The thing wearing his face keeps smiling.
Let's go.
It says again. The thing wearing his face takes a step forward. She stumbles back, clutching the shoe, her breath coming in sharp gasps. The wind howls through the trees, carrying whispers. Her boyfriend's voice, weak, desperate, from somewhere behind the thing that isn't him. She turns and runs. The ground is uneven, gravel crunching beneath her feet. She almost slips but catches herself, heart hammering as she reaches the car. The driver's side is closest. She yanks the door open, throws herself inside and slams it shut. Locks it. Her hands are shaking as she grips the steering wheel. She doesn't look up right away. She's panting, trying to slow her breathing, trying to think. Then she hears it. A soft giggle. From the passenger seat. Her stomach drops. She turns her head. Slowly, like a machine winding down. And there, sitting in the seat, is herself. The same face, the same hair, the same jacket, zipped up just the way she wears it. But the eyes are wrong. Too bright. Too knowing. And the mouth, stretched into a grin, too wide, teeth too white, lips too red. Her doppelganger tilts its head, watching her.
Let's go.
It says in her own voice. She doesn't scream. She doesn't move. Outside, something taps against the window. A slow, deliberate sound. She knows before she looks. It's him. Or the thing pretending to be him. Smiling. Waiting. She grips the wheel so hard her knuckles turn white. Her doppelganger giggles again, leaning in closer.
Come on.
It whispers.
You don't want to be out there.
She wants to run. She wants to move. But where? The thing outside knocks on the glass, playful. The thing inside shifts, watching her. She realizes, too late, that there was never a right choice. And in the trees, The whispers fade as the mimics move in on tonight's prey.